Welcome back, and hopefully you've been continuing to journal. We're moving into another lovely week, and I want to talk about another component of something we should already have started to do through the journaling, but something that's very important, and portion control, right? So I can give you a million different examples of clients that have come through these doors that this has been the tipping point in terms of their success, starting to see some weight loss or anything like that. But I think in society right now, we have a strong tendency to focus on the quality of the foods that we eat, which is good, right? And you can inevitably help the portions of what you're consuming, i.e. the calories of what you're consuming, by improving the quality, right? If I'm going to eat a processed meal, something like a burger or something like a microwavable meal or whatever, it's not going to be very filling, but it is going to be quite a good amount of calories. It's going to be a pretty large portion, irrelevant of whether my stomach feels like it was a large portion or not. If you go to a little bit more higher quality foods, if you start consuming more vegetables, more whole proteins, more fruits, more nuts, things like that, and more healthy starchy carbs, then you're going to not only feel that portion, you're not only going to feel fuller, but you're going to do so with a lot more nutrients and a lot less calories, right? So improving on quality of food is good. It's an important thing, but once you have improved the quality of the foods that you consume, and I get this all the time while I sit down with people at the table, everybody tells me they eat healthy, right? Well, in a slightly blunt way, if you eat healthy, and I don't disregard the fact that they're eating healthy, I do believe that what they mean when they say that, but if you eat healthy, why is it that you have the need or the desire to lose 20, 30, 40, 80, 100 pounds, right? So yes, you may be eating healthy foods, but what percentage of your week looks like that? How large are your portions? How much fats are you putting in with your foods? How many extra half and quarter cups of stuff are you consuming because you're not measuring things? So measuring cups, food scales, those are all great ways to kind of start to refocus and keep yourself in check in terms of what sort of portion a portion that is actually supposed to be and what your portions have currently looked like. I have plenty of clients in the past that have started to reportion out their meals in an example of a basic bowl of cereal. When you pour it just straight up into the bowl and then add some milk to it, if you're doing that visually, you're going to fill up the bowl, and that can end up being a serving and a half of cereal and maybe a serving and a half or two of milk. If you put in a true serving of both, you'll be pretty surprised at how little it fills up the bowl. So it's again very helpful. In your books that we gave you, in your Guide to Success books, there's a page in there that goes off of a portion control tool that allows you to use your hand. This is really useful, especially when you're doing things on the go. If you're a busy person and you're always on the go because of kids, because of your job, whatever, being able to utilize your hand to at least kind of keep yourself in check is a great way to do it when you're not at home physically portioning out meals and stuff like that. So take advantage of getting familiar with what those portions become. The important one that I think a lot of people don't utilize well enough is the portion that points out how much you're supposed to consume in terms of fats, and particularly when you're consuming something like nuts. So if you look at that one in the Guide to Success book, the portion for nuts is the length of your thumb. Well, what I've personally found for myself and for many others is that same portion, the length of your thumb, should fit tightly closed in your fist, right? So a lot of times if we grab a handful of nuts, it's not something that we can hold tightly within the palm of our hand. It's more or less something that kind of cradles the hand, and we're grabbing a scoop like this, which that versus that is already at least an extra portion, if not a portion and a half to 2 portions larger. And with calories in nuts being so dense, fats aren't bad, but they're not going to make you feel full, and they're going to be a lot of calories, just like many processed foods, right? So trying to keep something even as simple as your nuts in check to a portion like this, you shouldn't be having 2 to 3, 4, 5 servings of nuts a day. So utilize that to your advantage. If you think that you're already eating quality foods, you may be eating quality foods. Maybe you're eating a decent amount of nuts. Obviously, a popular thing right now is to go low carb, and with low carb, you eat more fats. So just keep check in your fats and with your salad dressings and stuff like that. You'd be pretty surprised. Okay. Again, come to us with any questions. This week, we're going to really try and work on helping you with portion control a little bit more. And again, if you're one that's thinking in your head that you eat healthy, you're probably doing well on the quality side of things, but both quality and quantity of food is very important. Quality will help your body flourish. It'll keep you healthy, your blood pressure down, and it'll do those things internally. But in order for our scale weight to go down, in order for us to start losing body fat, we have to start learning how to consume the proper portions to allow that tipping point to happen and for the weight to start coming off. Okay? Come to me with any questions. I hope this week goes well, and I'll talk to you next week.